Welcome back to the Moyne Way Podcast, where we explore the people, ideas, and everyday moments that shape life here at Moyne College, told through authentic stories, open conversations, and the spirit that makes this community one of purpose and belonging. Thank you for joining me this week on the Moyne Way Podcast, and we are blessed with the presence of the one and only Chloe Mclntyre. You like the way I just eased into that? How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I mean, let's just dive right in. I want to know why you chose Moyne and kind of what was your journey like getting here. You know, okay. I know we've talked about it personally, but give me like the details. Like, why did you choose Moyne?
So Moyne wasn't my first choice. Okay. Sorry, my work phone's ringing. So initially, I started at Hobart. I was class of 2020, first of all. So we all know how that went.
Yeah. So your senior year was COVID?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty tragic. I went to Hobart, which is both of my brother's alma mater. My older brother currently is the men's head basketball coach there. My other brother got his BA and his master's from there. So I was like, I've been going there since I was like 9 or 10. So let's see. I felt like I belonged there. So I went.
And you played basketball there?
No, I was academic reasons.
Okay, I got you.
Throw me out there. No. So I went there from 2020 to 23, and then I was graced with the presence of my daughter. So then I took 22, going into 23. So then I took 2 years off to raise her. I mean, I'm still raising her, but to come home and just take some time off. And then I came to Moyne, as a transfer student. But initially, I, reversing back, we're kind of jumping time here. I came to Moyne when I was younger for a program called Upward Bound.
Okay. Because you're from Syracuse.
Yep.
Okay.
And I went to CBA High School. So alongside of my collegiate prep high school, I came to Moyne on every Saturday to do college work from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. just to get ahead on my work. Because I have ADHD, so when I'm not in school, I'm not doing work.
Okay.
That's how it goes. Like if I have nothing in front of me that says do your work, or someone who's like, I'm not doing it. So Upward Bound really helped me stay on track. And then in the summers as well, I came up here I've never had a free summer in high school. So every summer I lived at Moyne campus, no phone, nothing. For Upward Bound, lived up here, took classes that I was going to be taking the previous school, the following school year, and did my schooling and things, so I got ahead. And so that's something really big for someone with my ADHD, ADD, to actually get ahead on work, because people like me are always procrastinating, falling behind. Well, I'm always falling behind in something, not people like me, you know what I mean?
I got you.
But so Upward Bound really solidified my love for Moyne in the first place. And I always say, dang, I wish I stayed here. Because it was home, but I kind of wanted to get away, because you get tired of the environment that you were brought up in. So I kind of was like, Hobart's 45 minutes away, but I'm like, you know what, let me just branch out a little bit. Let me go up to Seneca Lake. It's nice up there, nice scenery. But I was like, after getting pregnant and having my daughter, I was like, I just want to be back home, where my support system is, where my safety net is. I just want to be back home. I want to be with my mom. I want to be where I'm close with family. And I actually have more of a support system here. My Upward Bound community is still here. I have a lot of classmates that I did know. So this has always been my home. It just took me a minute to find it.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, I can't relate to you on the, being a mother at such a young age, but I know so many people can.
'Cause you're a man.
Oh, gosh. But I know so many people can. I'm interested to know what was that transition for you, just personally, mentally and emotionally? How heavy was that experience, and how did you really handle all that and come to the decision that, I want to step away from school and really raise my daughter? Okay,
so when I found out, I'm a very extroverted person, my personality, but on campus I had never been to a party. I had never hung out with anybody, because my anxiety is so, I made it such part of my personality, I wouldn't do anything.
Oh.
So it wasn't really a difference for me to separate myself. So I didn't I felt because I had just lost an aunt 2 weeks prior. So I felt like I needed something. I needed someone, because I had lost someone. And I was I felt because my aunt had cancer for 12 years. So I spent the betterment of my childhood trying to cure her, because all kids think they can cure the world. So I tried to cure her. I'm like, if I wasn't able to control or save that life, so let me keep this one. So because, you know, schools tend to push, hey, let's not have a baby right now. Let's not do that. But I was like, no, this is mine. This is mine. This is my person. I want to keep my person. So it wasn't really much of a change for me.
Wow.
I mean, mentally, yeah, it takes a lot. But I feel like all my fears, my pain, my anguish from anxiety, usually people say they get so much more anxious, but I felt like it gone away because I had dealt with like abandonment issues from like my father and like other family. And I was like, this person can't leave me.
Wow.
They're going to be here with me. They're going to love me through thick, through thin, through right, through wrong, ups and downs. And this is mine. Nobody can take this away from me. They won't leave me. Hopefully, I mean, when I'm 89 and I need a diaper, but she won't leave me.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is something I need. So it wasn't really much of a change for me, honestly.
Yeah.
And then coming home and taking those 2 years off of school was something I really needed. I've worked with her. I brought her in. She's intelligent. She can say words I still stutter to say.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes, she is the light of my life. I literally wouldn't trade her for the world. Yeah, so, I mean, it was a hard thing to go through. But yeah, I wouldn't trade her for the world.
And did you not experience, like, I feel like so many people also, like, when you're in college, it's very easy to feel like you're behind while you're in college.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone taking a step away from school. Like, how did you manage, like, those thoughts and emotions of, like, oh, I feel like I'm behind, or I feel like I'm late, or...
I had FOMO. Very bad FOMO. I was like,
fear of missing out for people who don't understand.
Yes, fear of missing out. Yeah. So when I saw my graduating, mind you, my brother's, he graduated with his master's 2024, which is my graduating class. Wow. So I had to go to my own graduation at Hobart and see all of my old friends walking the stage. Of course, I was happy for them, but, you know, I shed a few tears because I'm like, that's supposed to be me. But I was there with my daughter, who was one. She was one in a few months. And I was like, wow, that's supposed to be me. But, you know, things happen how they're supposed. Everything happens in its own timing. Everything happens for a reason. But it was a little disheartening to watch my class walk the stage without me. But it was, I don't know, it was just an adjustment. And I kind of kept feeling like, and I was going to push school off again for another year, but I'm like, I got to get it done. Like, it's my time. My time is now to get my education. Because I'm like, I don't want to be 82. No, there's nothing wrong with that. 82 and getting my bachelor's. Like, my life is now. Like, I'm 23. She needs this. I'm a first-gen student myself. So, and I don't want her to be a first-gen. I want her to experience life better than I have. That's what that's what the purpose is for your children, like to give them a better life than what you've lived.
Wow.
So that's what, even though my mindset was kind of like, dang, like I wish that was me. I wish that I was doing this. I knew eventually I would get there, and I am here now. And it only took me, it's 2025. It took me a year and a half later.
Wow.
So I knew it was coming. In my own time.
Yeah, and being a first-gen student on top of that, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And was that something that you were conscious of that you wanted to achieve for your family?
Oh, definitely.
Growing up?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Because my mother, she only achieved her associates. I mean, that's still a big achievement, especially my father's been absent. So it's my mother raised me and my brothers single-handedly.
Wow.
And then, my older brother also helped raise me, my younger brother, because he's 12 years older than us. My mom went through a lot of medical things. She's been on disability her whole life. So I've been working since I was 13. So and then as we got older, like 13, I raised myself.
Wow.
So it's just I've always been a go-getter. So I knew education was always been priority for me, aside from working, you know, and doing what I had to do. So regardless of what goal I have, I may procrastinate because, you know, that's kind of my nickname. But it's going to get done. Yeah. Regardless, it's going to get done.
And you think Callie kind of, or your daughter, for people who don't know, lit another spark in you to kind of like even go harder?
Oh, definitely. Yes, for sure. Because like I do deal with like a lot of mental health issues as well, but it's like I would usually let those set me back. Like I went through a period where I wouldn't leave the house at all. Like car would sit in the driveway, like to a point where the battery would die. I had to change the battery out twice within like a year because my battery died from me not starting the car to me now putting a whole bunch of miles on my car because I'm driving everywhere. I got a promotion at my job. I'm doing things because I usually would let my mental health, my anxiety set me back to the point where I'd like fear everything. Like everything's gonna like out to get me. Like I'm gonna get hurt by this. I'm gonna have a panic attack here, have a panic attack there, to now I'm just like, you know what, I got this.
Wow.
And it's like when you have, well, me, when I have my child with me, I'm more aware. I'm on my toes, because it's like, it's not just me. It's not just me anymore. Like, when you wake up in the morning, you don't think about yourself. It's her. I'm up. All right, diapers got to be changed. I'm up. All right, her teeth got to be brushed. She's got to be in the bath. And then I come after. Wow. It's not just about me anymore. So I realize I have someone to take care of, and someone to feed, and someone to clothe and bathe, and then I come next. Usually, I haven't slept in and since I was pregnant, maybe. So sleeping in is gone. So it's like I'm up at like 7 or 8 every morning, getting her breakfast, feeding her. So it's like that's what life is like, and it's gonna be like that. And my brother's like, oh, don't worry, once she's 6 and able to cook. I'm like, bro, just because we were able to cook when we were like 6 or 7, that's not her. I said this is gonna be life until she's like 18, probably even longer, because I'm a mom. Like, it's different from a mother's perspective. Like, I want to make sure my baby is good and that she's good. Like,
the direction that I want to go in is, you talk about anxiety, and I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with.
Oh, yeah.
When did you kind of realize that was something that was, coming up in your life early on, and how did you navigate, like, being in school and dealing with anxiety? Did you have anxiety towards, like, tests? Did you have anxiety towards, showing up in class or whatever it is? Like, how did you navigate all of that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So I got, like, diagnosed with anxiety when I was probably about, like, 8, because I had 8 deaths in my family back to back in 1 year. So, and they diagnosed anxiety and panic attack disorders. So then I was put on, heavy medications and everything like that. And then I missed, like, a lot of school. I was almost, like, held back to a point. And this was, right, well, I think it was in, like, 2nd grade. And then I would go to, like, in and out of, like, Hutchings. It's, like, a psychiatric thing. When I was younger, I would see a psychiatrist. I would see a therapist. They would just do a lot of things. And the way my panic attacks would go, they were very abnormal. So they put me, like, through MRIs and things because, like, how abnormal they were. And they're like, you know what, for now, let's just put her on this medicine, this medicine. So I was on, like, 7 different medicines. I had taken 7 different medicines by the time I was, like, 13. So I was just zombied up. I had gained so much weight. I was a victim of bullying. It was just a lot of things. Like I said, I would miss class. I would be terrified to sit in class, terrified that I would just, like, get up and, like, have to run out, and, like, a panic attack would occur or something. Like, it was just the fear of, like, embarrassment, because it's very embarrassing, having something like that happen. Like, mine, when they happen, like, it's because I told you guys, like, they're temporal lobe seizures. So that's what they mimic that. Or they're, they kind of look like that. So it's just embarrassing. And it's something I'm very self-conscious about. So I wouldn't leave the house for that very reason. I was terrified, for one, because it has happened behind the wheel of a car as well. So I wouldn't go to class. I'd email, hey, I'm sick today, or I can't come in, just for the fear of me having an attack in class. Wow. I'm just like, I don't want to embarrass myself, scare anybody else, injure myself. So I would just be like, let me just stay away. But then my grades would suffer. So I had to just be fully transparent with my professors. I'm like, hey, I know, and I do also have a 504 plan, which does help. I just want to be transparent, because usually sometimes professors are like, oh, we don't ask for your medical, whatever. But I wanted to let them know, listen, like, this is what's going on. And sometimes, like, they're way more understanding because of that.
Wow. But,
yeah. Oh, yeah, and also going back to when I had the MRI to figure out what was going on, they actually found something else. They found that I have a brain disease called Chiari malformation. And that's actually something that causes, like, severe migraines, severe, like, everything in the book. And there's, like, no cure for it. I mean, I'm not going to die from it. I'd probably die from something else first. But, yeah, and then I just recently, and it's, like, severe migraines, severe, like, body aches, body pains, like, numbness, like, vision problems. And I went to a neurosurgeon, like, 2 weeks ago, and my most recent MRI, she was like, brain surgery, immediately. Like, next month, like, December, she wanted to do it. And, like, it's very severe, and I was, like, immediately terrified. I have a 2-year-old. No, I'm human resources at a company. I'm full-time. I'm a senior. Like, it's just not the time. Well, she was like, your health is a priority. Yes, it is, but no. Like, things like that. Like, yes, I get you have to prioritize your health, but also, like, I'm where I want to be right now in life. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
And I think, when I'm hearing your journey, it's really like surfacing up a lot of emotions and thoughts for me. What about that 2-year period when you took a break from school? How important was faith during that time? And I mean faith in the sense of just trusting that things would work out.
Yeah.
Like how did you just continue to trust in your journey and take those steps and not allow, the uncertainty and the unknown to kind of make you start, reacting in a way that can take you back?
I would just say my support system was my faith, honestly, because I do also suffer with depression. So that would hit me like a tidal wave. So I would just get like very discouraged and just like, hey, like, I don't know, like if I can go back to school, I don't know if I can leave my baby. I didn't want to put her in daycare. That was just something I was completely against. You hear all these things, these horrid events and stuff happening of children. But I had to make the executive decision for myself. And I was like, I got to start working up a plan. I got to do something. But my mom my mom and my boyfriend are my biggest support system, and just keeping me on track of going back to school. Yeah, just people around me. I wasn't really strong in myself, so I think just other people's words and my brothers, definitely. Just keeping me on track and keep giving me words of affirmation, motivation. Wow. Just keeping me on track was the biggest thing, because it's very easy for me to just get discouraged and just not want to do something.
Yeah.
But looking at her every day, I'm just like, I can't, I can't give up. Mm-hmm. I've come this far, I can't.
Yeah, that's the power of community right there, huh? Have you felt that sense of community since coming to Lemoyne?
Oh, definitely. I'm in the Grace Center all the time. Like, I feel like you guys are my family, honestly.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely. Even me being in HEOP, which, shout out.
Yep.
I love them. They are also my family. But I just think, because I used to go to church and stuff when I was little, but I think me being in the chapel and me kind of like regaining my relationship with like my faith and everything, and then also just talking to you guys and just like having that sense of like familial support that I sometimes don't get from home, because family's family, but you can't like, hey, like I'm stressing about this at school, because not everybody in my family has a degree.
Right.
So I can't really talk about like, hey, like this assignment. They're like, what do you mean? Like you can't like talk, like what do you mean? What's advising week? So I can't talk to them about those things, but I can come to the Grace Center. Hey Grace, hey Kia, hey Bob, like I can talk to them.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
no,
hey,
yeah.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, like say like, hey, like I got this issue going on, I need help with this. So like, yeah, just coming in here and just having some support is like really important to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in here literally like every day.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I put a smile on you guys' face.
I was gonna say you're basically part of the team.
I'm like, I offer my services. I'm like, hey, like, come on, there's no fee. The only fee is parking lot P.
And what's your experience been with HEOP, and how did you know about that coming in, and were you introduced to it, and what's your experience been like being in that community? And
yeah, I'm actually a transfer from Hobart. I was in HEOP over there as well.
Okay.
So
I didn't know they had it over there. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
So I was in HEOP over there. So it's kind of like I had to leave when I first started at Hobart. I had to leave school early in August, and we also did like a summer program as well. So once again, I had no free summers. So right after Upward Bound was done, that got done in July. Boom, I went right into HEOP, end of July, and I had to leave to Hobart end of July and stay there until like fall semester was over. So we were just doing classes. HEOP really helps with a lot of like funding and things, because lower class family I live in. I was an independent, because my mom she's on disability, so I do FAFSA like on my own and everything, but HEOP helps you with all of that. They help with books, they help with like meals, they help with everything like that. And they're also like familial, like a lot of HEOP programs have a lot of kids that look like you. If you go to a PWI, there's not many people that look like you. So that's another familiar support, like you're going, and like there's usually like HEOP centers, HEOP buildings, HEOP common rooms. So when I would go there, I'd feel like my sense of community. Not that I don't feel at home on PWIs. I definitely do. I can feel at home anywhere. I'll kick back anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like just going there and just having that relatability. It's like a home away from home, kind of. And just being able to like let loose, and not being able to, because like sometimes you're in certain environments, you don't know what you can and cannot say. Not like can and cannot say, you know what I mean? But it's just like, just having to like that open space and just like, you know what, like, I don't know, kind of like talking about like your community back home and having someone who can understand you. You know, like you're being in a space in the cafeteria, you're like, dang, like food stamps didn't come in yet. And you're around certain people like, what is that?
Right.
But you're in HUP, you're like, dang, yeah, like someone's like, yeah, my mom's didn't hit yet either. Like it's kind of like tough around here. And then like I can go to like a food pantry with one of my old classmates or something like that. Like, and then having that transferred here and then having like those same conversations with people. And shout out, there is a food pantry in Grace Center, guys.
Yes.
Yes. Going to like the food pantry with like a friend, like that's relatable with like people who, not even just in HUP, but just like friends like that I can do that with. But other people like wouldn't really relate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So just having like a communal support and yeah.
And we haven't even talked about, well, what are you majoring in?
Oh, English.
English. Why English?
I don't know. I don't know. I was a writing and rhetoric major at Hobart.
Okay.
Quickly learned that was not for me. No way. But what's funny is I'm human resources at a company right now and has nothing to do with English.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Has a lot to do with numbers, which I failed every math test I've ever taken. So I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But no, we did just talk about it right before we started. I do love to write. I hate to write essays. You couldn't even pay me to read a book. Not even a comic book. I like the pictures though.
Okay.
But yeah, poetry has been a passion of mine since I could remember. It was my way of like journaling in a sense. It was my way of like letting out my emotions. I was published here it was a Dolphins Changing Mind, and then also at SU. I used to do spoken word. I used to do just a lot of different contests. I used to and like just write. Yeah, poetry has been a passion of mine forever. And then English was like the closest thing because like all the writing classes I was taking kind of just aligned with English, and I just kind of wound up into it. But I do love the English classes that I take. But yeah, I think it's just kind of most aligned with poetry. And I am in a lot of poetry classes right now as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it, like, I know you mentioned, like, it helps you to express your emotions and stuff, but what are some other facets of writing and poetry that really, like, grip you? Is it, like, the ability to tell a story or convey a message?
Yes.
The ability to connect with people? Yeah, talk to me.
So my motto is, like, I write poetry that everybody can relate to. White, black, red, blue, pink, yeah. Anybody can relate to. Any high class, low class, but everybody can relate to it. And I wrote a mental health poem. Not recently. This was the one that got me published. It was a poem. It was literally titled Anxiety.
Wow.
And that was one that got me published here. And every person who had read it, it was like older people, younger people. They're like, wow, like I can see myself in this poem, and that's exactly what I wanted to convey. I wanted people to read it and be like, I felt this at some point in my life. No matter what you say, everybody has felt a glimpse of anxiety in their life, and it's not good. Everybody has the same recollection of anxiety. You're like, it's a sickening feeling. I never want to feel it again. And people like me, like, you feel it on a daily basis. It's traumatizing. So in that poem, I conveyed that it's something that you've been through, you got through it, you conquered it, and if you experience it again, you know what to do.
Wow.
I mean, even if you think you're lost and you're overwhelmed, but you know what to do. So when I write for everybody to have an understanding in their own way, interpret it in their own way, but to still understand. Because, you read poetry, sometimes you're like, this is 2 sentences. What does this mean? This is 1 stanza. I don't get it. What is a poet conveying? My poetry, everybody will be able to read. Everybody can relate to it. Yeah.
And what gave you the courage to be vulnerable with your story and your experience? Like, I mean, I feel like that's a very vulnerable thing to do, and that takes a lot of courage because it's scary to allow people to see those real deep parts of yourself. So what gave you the courage to do that, and why did you feel pulled to do that?
I think, well, you guys see, I'm kind of like a class clown, so I make fun of myself before anybody else can. I think that stems from me being bullied as well. So I kind of just get the jokes out before anybody else can. So I think me doing that kind of gave me thick skin. So I kind of like, let me just like put this out there for that reason. I mean, I was like, what bad can happen of me putting something out there that I know other people are going through? And I was like, if I get backlash, I get backlash. I mean, might hurt a little bit, but I've been through worse. Like, there's always something worse I could go through. Yeah. So it's like, why not put this out there? Hopefully it helps somebody. Like, your story can always help somebody. Somebody's always going through worse, and maybe this can lighten somebody's day. Maybe this can offer somebody a tunnel of hope. Something like that.
Wow. Do you think, did you grow up thinking that vulnerability was a weakness?
Yes.
And what was the switch where you realized it wasn't a weakness and it's actually, a way to connect with people?
Just seeing my mom cry a lot. Just seeing what she went through. Just seeing how emotional my mom could get. At first I was like, I don't understand why she cries this much. I don't understand. But then just going through what I went through, just seeing how, like, my mom would break down in the randomest places. I'm like, Mom, we're in Target. Why are you crying? I'm like, what are you doing? But it's just like, I learned, like, usually it's like, you're like coming from like a black family as well. Emotions aren't something that should be shown. Therapy isn't something that's real. But with my mom, like, my mom is white. They also don't show emotion as well. But my mom is like the only person in my life that shows a lot of emotion. She also deals with depression and anxiety. And she would always just apologize to us growing. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm a single mother. I'm sorry. And I, like, when I finally understood that, I was like, why are you sorry? Why are you apologizing? None of this is your fault. She's like, I'm sorry I didn't pick better fathers for you guys. I said, none of this is your fault. None of it. And she was just sorry for how life turned out. I was like, Mom, we're doing good. We're okay. Like, we're okay. I have a good job. My brothers are doing very well for themselves. You raised us single-handedly by yourself, and we all have full-time jobs. We all have careers. We all are very well off. And we all went to CBA, a very good school. We all had scholarships to go to CBA. But my mom just always feels bad because we didn't have that none of us had a parental figure in our life. And I was like, Mom, you were that. We wrote you Happy Father's Day cards. And it's just like her being vulnerable with us as her children. Like, your mothers like never want you to see them cry. My mom cried in front of us many a times, broke down in front of us many a times. And I think her doing that just let me know that parents do have emotions, and it's okay. And it's okay to cry. If, like, the person you admire the most in your life, your hero, and when you see your hero cry, that hits you different. And your mom, because you're just like, how do I help? What can I do to help? And if you can't help, sometimes it's okay. So that informed me, like, it's okay to cry. And if there is no helping, if there is no saving, sometimes it's okay. It's okay to just let it out sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who were some inspirations or people outside of your family that really impacted your life for the better and helped you to develop perspective, mentality, character, depth?
I would say, I also talked to you about her earlier, my mentor. She became family. I had known her since I was probably like 8. She got me out of Jennifer Sanders.
Jennifer Sanders. Okay.
She's a news reporter.
Okay.
She got me out of, because the environment, I live in the same house that I grew up in. It's not in the best neighborhood. So she would, like, take me to, like, do things when I was little, just get me out of there. And she would just, like, I've done many news interviews. She brought me to, she used to be a reporter for News Channel 9 here, but she moved. Just bring me to, like, the news station, bring me to, like, better environments, and just get out of, like, the environment that I was in, because I didn't want to be stuck in it. Just bring me to do, like, different things to get out of my headspace, because she knew I was suffering with anxiety, and just, like, just give me talks, and just be like, hey, like, things are going to get better, things are okay, because, like, I came from a low-income household, and I see kids, like, with sneakers and with things like that. I'm like, dang, like, I want that. And she's like, it's okay, like, you're going to get there one day, like, not everything, you don't need everything, like, not even need everything, like, you don't have to, like, be upset that you can't have. It's not that I was, like, upset, but I was kind of like FOMO again, like, feeling of missing out. Every kid wants this.
Especially
every kid
young.
Wants that. If you're in school, like, not that we went to school with, like, rags and stuff, but it's like, like, we went to school, like, we didn't have, like, new school clothes and stuff like that, but she would, like, bring me out of my environment, and she would, like, help and stuff. So I think her just giving me that support really, like, she was one of my role models, definitely, growing up. She still is. I still look up to her, still talk to her. But yeah, her definitely being present in my life really helped me and shaped me into who I am today.
Wow, shout out to Jennifer.
Yes, shout out to Jennifer.
News reporter,
she
huh?
is, yes.
She's been doing that for how long?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't want to say it because I don't want her to be like, hey, my age.
I was gonna say it didn't inspire you to be a news reporter.
No, I wanted to be, but I chewed too much gum. I chewed too much gum. They would be like, no, redo.
Yeah.
Grace made me spit my gum out right before we came in here.
Right, she said, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Wow.
Yeah.
How about since being at Lemoyne, how do you feel like, this environment, this community has helped develop you as a person, in and out of the classroom? And what are some lessons that, you've seen start to manifest in your journey since, coming back into school and being here at Lemoyne on the Heights?
I think, well, once again, bringing it back to the Grace Center, I think finding this community has made me want to stay on campus. Last semester, I only have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. As soon as that 2:15 hit on the clock, I can't even read a wall clock. As soon as I read it on my phone, I was out. There was no me staying on campus. There was nothing. Now I come after. I'm like, hey, guys, what's up? Or I'll come in. You see I'm on my work meetings. I'll do work here instead of going to my office. Just coming in and having, like a comforting support. I'm just, like, I feel comfortable. And then coming in and just, just a space and having, like, the sense of comfortability. And just being, like, feeling like, okay, like, I'm not anxious. I have a sense of community where I'm not feeling like I'm going to have a panic attack or I have to jump up and leave or anything like that. Just being, like, okay, just feeling okay. I think, like, the Grace Center has really created that environment for me. And then just being welcomed, like, I've known Barb for a while. By Barb, Kasha, Muggs, Nora, everybody in there is amazing. And just being asked to speak at, of course, you too, Grace. Being asked to speak at, and Kia, of course. Being asked to speak at a mass, I felt really privileged that they asked me that. I was like me? As Chloe? Me? Of course. Just being asked to do things that I didn't think, because I feel like nobody thinks about me. Like, you feel like sometimes, like, you're left out of things. Dang. But when I feel like, when they asked me, and then when you asked me this, I was like, what? Are you sure? What do you want to know about me? I was like, because you don't think that you're, like, special, nothing special about you. So, like, when you feel like you're involved, it makes you feel good about yourself, you know what I mean? So, I would just say, like, you guys have been, like, a really big support in me being more comfortable on campus and me feeling like I can achieve things. And school has been a big part of me. Like, I'm not the best student. I miss a lot of class because, baby gets sick. I get sick. I have a migraine, and it's debilitating. But you guys, like, instilling it in me. Like, I lollygag. I'm like, I don't want to go to class. Get to class. Go to class. All right, I'm going. But, you guys have really been, like, keeping me on track and helping me a lot. Yeah. Wow. So I think shout out to you guys, honestly, for real.
Shout out to the Grace Center, man. Yeah. Make sure you guys stop by. But I think the Grace Center is just a microcosm to the whole college.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's the community that Lemoyne tries to embody. I know that's why I came back, chose to come back and wanted to be a part of this. So last few things I want to touch on before we get to the final questions. I'm going to go down the list. The first is to somebody who is young and becoming a mother, what's some advice you would offer them that's, from being in that similar situation?
Take advice from other mothers, older mothers, who are experienced, who know what they're doing, who have their own safety net. Don't take advice from somebody you're not willing to trade lives with. Like, I've learned that if you're not willing to trade lives with the next person, don't take it. Me, like, well, of course, like, your mom, but your parents don't know everything. They don't know everything. And kind of just don't beat yourself up if you're still learning along the way. If you got to call that pediatrician a million times a week, call them. You got to take that baby in call them. I do it all the time. I'm just like, hey, she's not feeling good. Take the baby in. And give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You're learning. You're a new parent. You're growing up together with your baby. This is your built-in bestie. Like, you're growing up together. And just have patience. That's something I'm still learning. Because I am a very impatient person. But you have to have patience with these babies. They're new to the world. Very new to the world. I'm juggling work. I'm juggling school. I'm juggling taking care of a baby at the same time. But she's always going to be number one, no matter what. And I just have to learn to slow down. And I would give that advice to anybody. Just slow down. Remember that they're only going to be young for so long. And you are their rock. You are their person. And just pay as much attention to them as you can. Wow. Because they won't be little forever.
That's amazing advice. Yeah. Thank you for that. How about to students, this could be anybody who is first gen, what's some advice that you would give and share to them being a first gen student on how to just embrace the journey and make the most out of that experience and not allow the pressure of being a first gen to consume you?
make your experience your own. I mean, don't let their pressure consume you, but just make it your own. It's your own college experience. Don't let the first gen title consume you. Don't have like the weight of, I got to do this for my family. I got to be the main supporter of my family. People in your family may be, hey, we're counting on you. Somebody's always going to be counting on you. Somebody's always going to be like, hey, like, I need you to do this. Like, somebody's always going to be counting on you. Somebody's always going to be looking for you for answers. But this is your story. You need to write it. Take advantage of the resources Mark Godleski puts out. Shout out to Kasha's husband.
Shout out to Mark, man. Shout out to Mark.
Yeah. Kasha was like, I don't know what I really no. But no, take advantage of the resources. Take advantage of everything they put out there, because it really will help you. But make it your own. This is your college story. This is yours. Even though you're first gen, you're still a regular college student. You're just here to put a show on for your family and make it the best one yet.
I love that. Write your own story. That's a beautiful line. I'm going to take that for my personal
Plagiarism. Y'all heard it here first.
Plagiarism. But anyway, we're going to get into the final round questions. These are quick fire rounds, so short, authentic answers. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Okay. All right, so the first one is coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea? Okay.
Iced tea.
Iced tea. Okay.
Iced tea.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Favorite food spot in or around Syracuse?
Tully's.
Tully's?
Tully's.
What's your go-to order?
Fish tacos.
Really? They good?
Oh.
I haven't had Tully's in a while. I gotta try it.
No jalapenos though.
No jalapenos.
No.
Okay. If you could learn any skill instantly, what would it be and why? Any skill.
Any skill?
Anything in the world you can learn instantly without any practice or anything.
I don't know. Probably be like trilingual. Learn third language.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do you speak?
I mean, I'm kind of fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd be a third language?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Actually, no, I'm learning Japanese. I lied.
Wow, that's fire. So you would just instantly have the ability to speak any language?
Yeah.
Okay, word, that's fire. That's mine too.
Yeah.
What's one thing most people don't know about you?
I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book, honestly. Like, I'll walk up to you and tell you everything about my life in 2 seconds.
Any hidden talents?
No.
Nothing?
I don't know. I'd say the poetry thing because I haven't written in a while.
Okay.
So I think that.
Poetry, okay. Yeah, you're a poet.
Yeah.
That's good. Who would be your dream dinner guest? Anybody dead or
Chris
alive?
Breezy.
Who?
What?
Who?
Chris Brown.
Okay. Who or what inspires you most right now?
My mom and my daughter.
I love it. One word to describe Lemoyne.
Family.
Family, okay. And last one is, if everybody from Lemoyne was listening right now, what is one message you would want to share with them?
Wear pants. It's cold out.
That's going to be it for today. We want to give a huge thanks to LCTV for making this podcast possible in the studio space, to the Carroll College of Arts and Sciences, to the Gray Center for also making this possible, to Put God First, whose support also helps to make this podcast run each and every week. And don't forget to follow the Gray Center and LCTV in the links below so you never miss an episode. Chloe, thank you so much for today, and I hope to have you on again.
Yes.
See you guys next week.